everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home, and today I wanted to talk to you about the 5 decorating mistakes that I have made and what I have learned from them. I was inspired to make this video by your guys' response to my video about the wedding gifts that I still have after 13 years of being married. I shared that last month in September. I'll link to it up here for you guys because I just thought it would be fun to show you what our first apartment looked like and what gifts I still had. And wow, you guys were so surprised by how far my style has come, I guess. So the first mistake that I made in decorating in that first apartment especially was I went all in on a trend. And the trend I was all in on, I know you guys are going to be surprised, was Asian modern. I was so into that. Trading Spaces was really popular back then, and I loved Vernyip, and I still really appreciate some really great Asian pieces and the clean lines and then bringing in the greenery and all those things that are great with Asian style. But I went all in on that trend. Like all the furniture that I bought at Target and World Market, all the accessories, all the linens, everything reflected this style, and I just was like all in on it. And here's what happened. I tired of it very quickly. I felt boxed in whenever I was out shopping and I saw something that I was drawn to or I liked, and I was like, oh, that really doesn't tie into Asian modern, and I would not pick it up because it didn't tie into the whole scheme. And then what ended up happening was I was kind of stuck in this decorating rut because I was just so all in on this trend. Well, the trend passed, as trends do, and I found myself going, ooh, I really don't like this anymore. And we'd only been, using these things for a couple years, and I was so over it. So what I've learned from that, what did I take away from that experience? That is, when there is a trend that I am excited about or I'm drawn to, is to go into that trend on a surface level, things that are replaceable, like, pillow covers, throw blankets, accessories, small things, not the big pieces, going more small with the trend and incorporating it in little hits and splashes rather than the whole shebang. And I think that has really worked for me. The second decorating mistake that I have made is going all big box when it comes to purchasing items for my home. And what I mean by that is I went retail and big box stores in order to furnish and decorate my home, especially the first couple houses and apartments that my husband and I lived in. I didn't thrift. I know, you guys are all shocked. I did not thrift yet. I didn't know about it. I didn't see it as something where I could find cute things for my house. I saw it as something you did when you didn't have money, which I also didn't have money back then. So I realize now how important that having something that's old and connected to the past is in your decorating, because I went so long without it and always felt like something was off. So what I've learned in that is that I can actually find some really great high quality items at a better price secondhand. And the warmth and the history and the, overall vibe of my space is so much more comfortable to me and so much more balanced. And I love having the contrast of something old and chippy next to something new and streamlined. Like, I love that. And I missed that for so long when I wasn't thrifting or shopping secondhand. The third decorating mistake that I made, and this is probably one of the newer things that I've learned, is that I was going too small in scale instead of big. I would group a bunch of small things together instead of just getting one nice big thing. And so often my displays and stuff felt a little bit more cluttered than I would like. So I definitely scaled back in how many little tiny things that I'm buying, and really going for the more larger, more statement type pieces that draw your eye, that give your eye a place to rest. The fourth decorating mistake that I made and I have learned from is that I went so literal in my home decor, and especially my seasonal decor. And what I mean by that is that I would buy decor that was very literally for that certain holiday or certain time of year or event, and not necessarily just sort of hint at that season through colors I was using or just, you know, textures I was using. And when I learned that, I was finding that I enjoyed decorating so much more when I wasn't so literal. Like, I could be more creative and artistic in how I created vignettes and wreaths and displays instead of just, you know, taking something directly from the season like a snowman and putting it out, you know. I do have things that are a little bit more literal, like, you know, right now, since it's fall, I have out some glass pumpkins, but I also have like a painting of a barn. I have these things that are a little less literal and can be enjoyed and definitely communicate that it's fall right now without being so in your face fall. And I think I appreciate that a lot more in my home. I love cutesy stuff when I'm out looking at the store, but I don't bring it home with me anymore because I prefer a less literal space. Okay, so here's the 5th decorating mistake that I have made and am currently living with because I can't do anything about it right now, and it drives me nuts because I feel like, why can't I get this right? But I just have this struggle with curtains, curtain rods, getting it at the right height, getting the right colors. I really struggle with getting the curtain level correct. Either it's too high or it's too low. And one of the things that I did wrong in this house was I bought new curtain rods with the mindset that I wanted the curtains to go all the way to the wall and really cover the window. So I had my husband install the curtain rods like really high and really close to the edge of the wall, and it just isn't right. It doesn't look right. And then the curtains that I bought them on clearance when a certain company was going out of business. I didn't buy enough of them. I didn't really measure the width. I only went length. I only thought about the length. I didn't think about the width. And so I'm like short. When you go to close the curtains, I'm short like an inch on both sides, and it looks so bad, especially because I have the curtain rod going all the way across the top. So I'm sure that it doesn't bother anybody else other than me, and it bothers my husband because he knows it bothers me. So I need to get another set of white grommet curtains that are this long. I make my home beautiful little by little. That's what I say to you guys all the time. And so it's just not a project that we could do right now. It's not a priority. So anyway, that's a mistake that I have made, is going completely wrong with my curtains and curtain rods, and I'm learning that I really need to measure the width, that it's better to double up on curtains and have excess like folded fabric along the side than it is to, you know, to be too short when they're closed. I've made even more mistakes than that, but I'm going to stick to 5 for today. Let me know in the comments down below what was a mistake that you resonated with, or a completely different one that you've made that you're learning how to do differently in your home. If you haven't seen my fall home decor tour yet, I will link to that on the next screen so you can watch that and see what my home looks like now. If you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you here at the Sweet and Simple Home. I love making my home beautiful little by little. Decorating is a process. And if that's something that you connect with, I hope you will hit that red subscribe button and the little bell so you know whenever I've made a new video for you. Take care, everyone, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye!